going to take a minute to pop over to, oh, hi everybody. I'm going to take a minute to pop over to Facebook because I always like to make sure that it has clicked in and that we're live. Thank you everybody for your patience. I'll just take a couple more moments. Oh, here we are. Perfect. We are live. Okay, wonderful. Thank you everyone for joining me and Nancy this morning. This is what I call healing. What do I call it? Healing series with Anastasia. And I've done this twice before with 2 other people. We're going to meet 3 times this week. We're going to meet, I believe it's Tuesday and Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the sequential little segments. We're going to hopefully be on for just about 20 minutes. And today I'm going to share with you and demonstrate what a SuperConnection session is. And that for folks that don't know, it's dowsing and it's clearing. And I use a pendulum to dowse. I have some charts that I dowse on. I get yes or no's. And we work with the topic that the person that I'm working with wants to work on. So today's focus is going to be the clearing. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about flower essences. And Wednesday we're going to do tapping with quantum frequency numbers. So exciting. Nancy, do you want to introduce yourself and say who you are and maybe a little bit about what you do?
Oh, thank you. And first of all, I just want to mention that Anastasia has an amazing toolbox of spiritual, energetic, healing modalities. As you heard, there are 3 things that she's going to be focusing on, but she has so many more things that she can offer. So, if you have any kind of psychic distress or any kind of desire to grow personally, you might want to tap on her door and avail yourself of her services. So who am I? Nancy Zare, a human being who sometimes gets caught up in being a human doing. And the doing part of my life is that I'm a psychologist interested in helping people actually grow and improve in their own lives, particularly in the area of selling. I work with people who are professionally trained, who love what they do and hate to sell. So if you don't like being pushy, aggressive, and salesy, that is my area of expertise.
Thank you, Nancy. I should say that Nancy and I are in a networking group together and at least 2 years now, maybe a little longer. So yeah, we meet every week. I've gotten to know her quite well in the group and outside of the group. And what she presents or what she offers is invaluable. So if this is speaking to anyone out there, we all love what we do. And some of us feel more comfortable selling, marketing, and promoting ourselves than others. And Nancy is a whiz. It's a psychology background that you have, right? That you have brought to sales. And you are the only one really doing what you do. And you have how many books have you written, Nancy?
Well, I have 6 books that I've written, and there's a 7th that is just about to be released as an audiobook. So it's coming out called Stop Selling, Start Relating. So if that gives you a hint as to what I'm all about, it's all about creating relationships rather than trying to transact business.
I love it. I love it. I had a friend recently say to me, we're in such a transactional society these days. And that's even for a relationship. It's like, I'm going to give you this if I can get this back from you. And that just brings it right down to like I think of money transacting, but not the human connection. Right. So if you have a product or service, it doesn't matter. You're enhancing someone's life. So that personal connection is really critical, I think. It's not just about, I got X amount in my bank account today or this quarter. It's more than that. So, yeah. So we'll put Nancy's links in the comments below if anyone wants to connect with her. And you're on LinkedIn a lot. That's like your main place, I believe. So
yeah, LinkedIn. I do have a Facebook page and Instagram, even TikTok, YouTube, but LinkedIn is my jam.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So the topic that Nancy wanted us to work on is, I wrote this down. So she'd like help with increasing the energetic vibes and getting more paying clients for herself. Okay. So I have
here's the irony.
Yeah. Tell me about
the irony is how I help all my clients get more clients, more paying clients, help them increase their, pricing and income. And for whatever reason, I've been in a drought. So yeah, that's the irony.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being so honest about that, because it's the human experience. Yeah. Okay. So I have this really wonderful chart that's titled Emotional Vibration. That's it. And the question is, what energy am I giving out? So I'm going to go around. Let me just show people just really quick.
Yeah, you got to see the chart.
Yeah, there's a fear-based chart in the blue and then love-based in the yellow. I'm going to do the blue one first because I want to see what you are kind of holding on to energetically that is more fear-based. And then I also want to touch on what you have in the love-based area, because you have both. We all have both. And so I do want to share this as well, that when I work with people and when I say certain words, some of these words are coming through our ancestral line, meaning our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and how, could be multiple generations back. We're dealing with something like this that's showing up for you because you're part of that lineage. It carries through the DNA. It also carries through what all of these people thought, whether they spoke it out loud or not. They might have been afraid of not having enough food on the table. They might have spoken it or not. They might have secretly had some money stashed away. They might have had a lot of money stashed away, but secretly, people coming out of the World War I and II always felt this scarcity afterwards. So some of these things may not be 100% yours, Nancy. For those that believe in past lives, some of this is touching on a past life that you've had. Could have been poor, could have died poor, could have had a stint of being poor or hungry or not able to make ends meet. So in me saying these words, it's clearing. It's just releasing it. The person receiving, like Nancy is right now, doesn't have to do anything. She can take notes if she wants, but this is recorded so she can go back. And really, all I ask is for people to be present in their bodies and feel if there's a release, if there's a physical release, if there's an emotional release, if there's an aha of, oh my gosh, my parents said blah, 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 or I remember, this happened to me. And then just notice what's going on in the body. And I will say, if anyone is here watching live or watching the replay and wants to drop a comment, say hello, ask a question, please, 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 please. Okay, so, and when I release some of the more, I don't want to say heavier things, but when a word feels bigger than another word, you'll see me take a nice deep breath and release. If you want to do that, Nancy, you can, you don't have to. If people listening are feeling the same, like heaviness with certain words, I just invite you to take a nice deep breath and let it go. Just by me saying it, it is releasing. I know it may sound a little strange that it's so simple, but we're clearing the energetics and the vibration of it. I'd love to say like tomorrow you're going to have 20 grand in your bank account, but this is opening the path and clearing the way for more of that to come in.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what energy am I giving out or am I holding? Okay. So somewhere a part of you is feeling powerless. Again, it's just a part of you feeling doubt, apathy, pride, disappointment, guilt, pessimism, insecurity, overwhelm, lack, shame, indifference, cynicism, rage, depression, unworthiness, okay. How I want to check in and see how you feel, or if any of those words jumped out at you.
So some of them are clearly from my ancestors for sure.
Yeah.
I don't identify with things like the pessimism, but I think there is shame. Maybe there's some rage, certainly disappointment. That's probably a big one. I feel like I've done so many good things. I have so much to offer. So there's a lot of disappointment that I can't share it more.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Nancy, within the blue chart that I just did, there's this little sliver and it brings me to another chart. So I'm going to go there, and it's called Patterns Causing Illness.
Okay.
And there might be some similar words in this. I just think I'm feeling called. It's important to do this. So what energy patterns are causing illness? And it is energy. So the first one is anxiety, fear. And again, just know that by saying them, we're releasing. Heartbreak, disappointment, shame, stress, grief, hate, anger, criticism. That's the last one.
So notice for me, I've noticed that there's some, overlap.
Yeah.
Certainly the disappointment, which was the one that I think I resonate the most with. Shame, which I also resonate with. The 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 anger and the rage, right? They kind of go together.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm just writing a couple of those down.
Yeah, and I'd have to say that grief is probably a new one that's coming into my life. I have a colleague I've worked with extensively for several years now, and she is declining. She's older than I am, and currently, mentally, she's struggling with her, facilities, and she's recently had some physical setbacks. So we used to talk daily, and we're not talking
Oh, I'm sorry.
because she's been hospitalized. So, and she doesn't know how to use her phone. She's deteriorated. So even if I call her, she wouldn't even know how to answer the phone. So so yeah, I have some grief around losing her.
I'm sorry, Nancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is she in a different state that you're in? It's
Yeah,
not.
she's in South Dakota.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So grief is kind of a new one, although, what life hasn't been touched by grief.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're not going to do it today, but I have a feeling that you've worked with the Ho'oponopono prayer.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't? Okay. You know what? Let me try to bring that in on the third session. We could do that. It's really beautiful.
Okay.
It's really, really beautiful. If we have time at the end of today, I'll share it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, let me just share it right now. It's four little sentences. It's I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And thank you.
I have heard of that, but I didn't know that's the name.
Yeah, it's Hawaiian, Ho'oponopono. I sometimes tap with it. I do my tapping and I just think of something that I want to bring forgiveness around. It could be for myself, but it could be a situation, a relationship. It could be the way I interacted, or
Mhm.
it's any, you apply it to anything to help. Maybe that will help with the grief piece,
Right.
just to, yeah. And just add to it. I'm sorry this is happening. I'm sorry that I'm losing touch with you. Please forgive me. What did you do? Nothing, but it's just, please forgive me is just universal. Once we bring forgiveness to a situation, it shifts. Thank you and I love you is self-explanatory, but I think people get hung up on the please forgive me, because if you've been wronged, and and you do this work and you do the please forgive me, a lot of people kind of, they get irritated because they're like, well, I'm the wronged one. I didn't do anything. But there's both of two parties at play, and
Right.
there's always something we can like lay down and say, please forgive me for the misunderstanding. Just
Right.
please forgive me for my part in this. I may not know all the pieces. Okay, so back to this chart. We're going to do the love base because I want to see what you have, because you do have, and then what we can like also, if some of these words jump out and you want to enhance them, this would be lovely. So for loved base, what am I giving out? You're giving out joy, knowledge, enthusiasm, happiness, positive expectation. I can attest to all of these for you, by the way.
No, I'm thinking all of these are true so far.
Yep. Optimism, hopefulness,
Yep.
passion, belief, empowerment. Oh, okay. I took a nice deep breath for this one. There might be something here. Acceptance, willingness, love, appreciation, and freedom. I'm just going to say this. I don't know if it resonates. Just when I said acceptance, it was almost like being in a state of acceptance for where you are right now instead of fighting it. Why don't I have more clients? Why is it happening like this? What am I doing? No, just be in a state of acceptance and almost neutrality. And the Ho'oponopono will help with that too, if you want to try that. So how did that part feel to you? I'm just curious.
They were all true, including acceptance. I really, they're all true.
Did something jump out more than something else for you?
Probably the joy right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
When you said the word belief, I also added the word faith.
Yep. Good. Yep. Yeah.
Appreciation. Yeah. Gratitude. I mean, all of that's true.
Okay. I am. There's I have 3 money charts when I do this work with people. Yeah. One is beliefs around money, and what is the last? Beliefs around money and your relationship with money. And I was sharing with Nancy before we got on that in the past 2-3 weeks, I've been doing money clearing sessions for people. That's what has been coming in. I've also been working on that myself. So I think it's just beautiful the way the universe, lined it up. I reached out to Nancy a couple of days ago and I said, what do you want to work on? And here was a topic, because it's a topic that most of us, it's, we all need money to pay for whatever, food, entertainment, rent, clothes, the kids, all the things that we need. So I'm going to just do one phrase here, just in the interest of time. And let me see where this one is. Okay. I really love this. So in this chart, the question I would ask is, what do I believe about money, or what beliefs have I inherited? And the one that jumped out was, I'm going to say it like this: a part of me feels that my work is insignificant, and so are my earnings. And it's really important to say a part of me, because it's not all of you. And at different times in your career or different times of the day, you may feel really great about the work, and other times you might feel a little despondent. So that is the false and limiting belief that we're clearing. And what I want to replace that with and give you is, I am valued. My work is valued. This one's nice, and if you want to, you can tweak it. I am paid for who I am and not what I do. So how I would tweak it is, but you feel free to tweak it further, is I am paid. I am easily paid for the gifts that I offer. Because it really is your gift and passion that you're sharing with the world. So money comes to me easily. This is exactly what I would do in a session, is I would either do affirmations or questions. How does money come to me easily? Why are people so excited to pay me to help them boost their business? Why is it easy? Why are they eager to, they're looking forward to the time that they have with me? Meaning somebody's booked a session with you on Wednesday. They wake up Monday and they can't wait for Wednesday. Why is it easy? Why is it easy to attract paying clients that appreciate me for the work that I do? I know you're like writing Fast and Furious over there, and you can listen to the last couple minutes of the of the live. How does that feel?
Feels good.
Okay. So one other thing I want to check is, I want to look at the ancestral piece. I'm going to look at both sides. If you I'll just kind of be quiet.
Oh yeah, they got their problems, my ancestors. Yeah.
Okay, so on the mom's side, it's going back 18 generations. And what I tell people is, it doesn't mean it hit all of them, right? It just, this particular topic and what we're clearing today does go back 18 on the mother side. It might have jumped to 14 or 10, but the kind of the starting point was 18. I'm going to look at dad. So dad, 19. And what I know is that when we clear this for the ancestors, they are elated because they've been holding it and they don't want to hold it anymore. And the other thing I share with people, which I really believe, is I do believe that people circle around and come back and have past lives. If people don't, it's not a big deal. But say that on both of those generations, that ancestor going back 18 and 19 generations, now you have freed them. If they are back here in a body having another earthly experience, you have released that for them as well, and the family that they're in now, as well as your lineage and for you. Yeah, it's pretty powerful work. Pretty powerful. Okay, the last thing I do, I know we're going over a little time. I apologize, guys, but we're going to clear the fear-based words, and I'm going to fill you up with the love-based. I'll make this part quick. All right, we're going to release here for Nancy the feeling of being used, cursed, hurt, stress, nervousness, conflict, and loneliness. And I ask for this to be transmuted and rebooted for her. So Nancy, if you want to take a nice deep breath in and out. And we're going to replace all of that with tolerance, delight, trust, beauty, worth, cooperation, wisdom, and health. And then I ask how much of it cleared and how much of it were you able to receive, and I get 100%. And so for people that don't, some people don't feel anything in the physical body, or they don't have like an emotional release. Some people don't feel anything at all. But I want to just check in with you before we close. How does it feel for you now? What are you experiencing?
Well, I'm the heart chakra and the throat chakra are just buzzing, radiating.
Really nice. Really nice. Okay. So I'm going to end it today. We went over a little bit of time, but I also want Nancy to just kind of hold that feeling that she has and to let the energy work continue. And we'll be back tomorrow at 5 for some talk about flower essences. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And if anyone has questions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll get back to everyone. Thank you so much, Nancy. See you tomorrow. Okay. If you want to hang out with me, but I'll end the live stream. Bye, everyone.